Good morning everyone, welcome to the video. In the previous video we have completed till kingdom fungi and kingdom plantae and animalia will be discussed separately in plant kingdom and animal kingdom. So now coming to the last part of the chapter, that is that includes viruses, viroids, prions and lichens. These organisms were not been able to find any place in the kingdoms discussed previously, so they are placed separately or not given place to be certain. So as you all know, viruses, you must have been encountered with viruses sometime in your life, that it causes common cold, flu and many of the viral diseases such as AIDS, mumps, smallpox, herpes, etc. So as we know that viruses did not find a place in classifications since they are not considered as truly living. If we understand living as this organism that have a cell structure, viruses are non-cellular. This is an important point. They are considered as non-cellular, which is why they did not find any which is why they are not truly living. So they did not find any classification in the kingdoms. They have an inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. And viruses are generally obligate parasites. They contain genetic material which could be either RNA, genetic material which could be either RNA or it could be DNA. I'll give certain example. A virus is generally a nucleoprotein and it is most importantly it is infectious. That is why we get all the diseases such as common cold, etc. The protein coat, this protein coat is generally called capsid, which is made up of small subunits called capsomere, made of which the small subunits capsomere generally protects the nucleic acids. These capsomeres are arranged as helical or polyhedral. Now coming to that, we know that virus means venom or poisonous fluid. These diagrams, this labeling are very important. This is TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, and this is bacteriophage. Here the genetic material is double-stranded DNA. Now, in Dmitry Ivansky, 1892, recognized certain microbes as causal organisms from tobacco mosaic viruses. These were found to be smaller than bacteria as they pass through bacteria-proof filters. This is one of the important point can be asked, and the year number is very important. Remember that. Now, M.W. Vejernik, 1898, demonstrated that the extract of infected plants of tobacco could cause infection in healthy plants and named the new pathogen called viruses. He coined the term virus and called the fluid as contagium vivium fluid, infectious living fluid. Now in 1935, W.M. Stanley showed the crystallization of viruses. That and these crystals, and to be certain that with this experiment, he also got to know that the crystals were made up of protein. Stanley in 1935 showed crystallization and the crystals that were observed were made up of proteins. The crystal consists largely of proteins. The inert outside their specific host cell. Viruses are obligate parasite, as I have already mentioned. In addition to proteins, virus also contains genetic material that could be either RNA or DNA. No virus contains both RNA or DNA. That important point, that virus can contain either RNA or DNA, but in certain in viruses it is not possible that both RNA and DNA will be present at the same time. A virus is a nucleoprotein and genetic materials infectious, already discussed. Now this is very important, that in plants the virus that can affect plants are single-stranded RNA, and in animals the virus that can affect animals that can be single-stranded RNA or double-stranded RNA or only double-stranded RNA. Single-stranded RNA cannot affect animals. Can be asked as an MCQ, that the 4 options will be given which cannot affect. That is double-stranded DNA and single-stranded DNA cannot affect the animals. Another protein code called capsid of small subunits called capsomere protects the nucleic acid. Already discussed. Yeah. Now in plants the major symptoms are a mosaic formation, leaf rolling, curling, yellowing of leaves. Mosaic formation is that the veins of the leaves get detached. Only the middle part of the leaves. Vein clearing, dwarfing, stunted growth, that the plant will not grow anymore. Now coming to viroids. Theodiner discovered it in 1971. The years number are important. He discovered it during through a disease known as potato tubular spindler disease. Is caused by a new infectious agent which was smaller than virus. This is a very important point, that is viroid is smaller than virus in terms of size. It has found to be free RNA. It contains free RNA. It lacked protein coat. This can be asked as a differentiation, that difference between virus and virus. It contains free RNA. It lacked protein coat. It is smaller than viruses. The RNA of viroid was low molecular weight. This is also an important point. Now coming to prions. In modern medicine, certain infectious neurological diseases were found to be transmitted by an agent consisting of abnormally folded protein. The agent was of similar size to virus. Prions, they are similar to virus, but viroids, it is smaller than viruses. The agents were called prions. The most notably caused by prions are bovine spongiform encephality, BSE, commonly called mad cow disease in cattle. It is an analogous variant. Analogous means that of different origin, but will have same function. Similar to that of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in human, CJD disease. It occurs in human. The mad cow disease in cattle is analogous to CJD in human. These are all the important points regarding prions. Now coming to lichens. Lichens are symbiotic associationship mutually useful between algae and fungi. The algal component is phycobiont and fungal component is mycobiont, which are autotrophic and heterotrophic. The lichens, the algal component is phycobiont and fungal one is mycobiont. This one is autotrophic, which means it makes food, and this one is heterotrophic. That means it eats food which is synthesized by algal component. So fungal component takes food from the algal component. Algae prepare food for fungi. Fungi also, since they have mutualism, which is that both the partners will have a plus advantage. That if one is doing for something, the other has to do something. Mutually relationship. Since algae prepare food for fungi, the fungi also provide shelter and absorb mineral nutrients and water for its partner. So close is the relation association that one saw in